That way I won't get a copyright strike. I appreciate you. So give them a few minutes to come in. Let me give her. You good? Go ahead. I mean, how loud can Alfredo be? How loud can Alfredo be? Okay, babe, do you get to see your people? No. Okay. Babe, hopefully, okay, let's see. I think somebody just came in. Yep, Lydia's here. Okay, let's see. I think somebody. Hello, Lydia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's here. Okay, let's see. I think somebody. Hello, Lydia. Oh, you are currently live at this moment. It's here. Okay, let's see. I think somebody. Hello, Lydia. Oh, you are currently live at this moment. Do you have me?
I'm
Are you
gonna cut
coming
the
to me from your phone?
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Is that better?
It's much, much better. Yeah, I see. It's not coming in. So for Cree to come in. Hey Eva, how are you? Welcome.
Eva the Diva.
Cut the sound down so I won't have an echo. You can hear me right here. Yes. Oh, you won't be able. Will you be able to hear? Oh, okay. Oh man, I don't know how that works. So cut it down a little bit. Listen,
Hello.
say hello.
Hello.
Say hello to your.
Hey, Dad. It's delayed, obviously, for me.
Yeah, it
Hey,
is delayed and it's
father.
an echo because we had it coming through the TV. Oh my God. Say hi. Where's Cree? I'm
I
waiting on
can't pull
Cree and
your
then we could get
YouTube.
started.
It's probably gonna take her a minute because she
You gotta
gotta
put Pastor.
she got
Send me
mom.
her
She
phone
knows
number.
how to. She knows the pay. Mom, just 1 second,
Okay.
okay? She she has all the information.
All
She
right, I'm
just
waiting. You do. Sometimes my channel is hard to find. It has to be exactly the way it is. Pastor Kim's together and then
I
space
gave her
corner.
the exact mom. I gave her the
Heels.
exact. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, you do realize that we are live at this moment.
I can't see if
Hello,
anybody's in
everyone.
your thing or not.
Welcome to it's two people in here, so we're good.
Who's in there? I can't. If I pull your
It's
page up, it's
two.
gonna be an echo. Who's in there?
Eva is in here,
Hey, best friend.
and I'm in here. So she said, "Hey, lady."
Eva, when
And
I blow up, you gonna be
Shelly
my new
Fonte
art
is cooking out.
fan.
Say that again.
When
I'm
I
trying to
blow up,
share.
Eva's
I
gonna be
did
my
share it
PR rep.
out to Facebook. I shared it out to Facebook. And so that's why I came on a couple minutes early.
I know, but you didn't tell me what to do until later. I can't rush nobody.
The topic.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh no, you're fine. It's no rush. The topic is Rona. You know, YouTube doesn't really like us to use that word Rona, and so I, of course, am in North Carolina. Lydia is in Philadelphia. And we have someone else coming from New York, where it's at its peak right
She
now,
know I'm
and let
gonna.
people get an idea of on to talk about what's going on in New York because she's in it, and that's it's very serious. And I want to give a few more
You
people
know,
a chance to come into the live. Yeah,
Eva got a lot of family in New York.
people of us in here. Oh wow, okay. I'm in. I'll make sure that I know what I'm doing. Um, Welcome to live. I have a great topic tonight. I have one guest, Lydia. Lydia's love language, Chia, and that is the next big city where Rona is prevalent. And coming from New York, where it's at its peak right now. Hopefully, it's not out there. I'm trying to wait for my other guests to come in, but while we're waiting, we're going to get started. If you hear a little noise in the background, please forgive me. We're just going to push forward. Hey, sure, welcome to the live. Again, and you can always, those of you who are YouTubers, content creators, you can, if you're on your phones, make sure you take a screenshot of what's going on of a channel so that you can go back, to them. because y'all know we can't go directly to channels any longer. So okay, so we got Lydia back in. Oops, she got disconnected. Try to come back in. We'll wait. Yeah, take a screenshot. That's what I do. I have so many because, I'm just a little. When I'm in people's lives and they're moving very fast, I take a screenshot so that I can go back watch them. All right, so we've got Lydia back, and
yes, I'm here. I had to fix my typo.
We're waiting. So while we're waiting, okay, you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
Hello, Short Bus.
I was in your live the other night. Let me tell you, you are hilarious, okay? Totally. Because sometimes we're in Sister Fifi's Bible study and a Bible quiz rather. And so he wasn't going to his Sunday school teacher anymore. It was so funny. But yes. So welcome again. And once again, what's in Philadelphia and in New York. So Lydia, I may have to ask you a couple of times, as people come out what's going on in New York at this time with Rona. So first of all, let me ask you, how long have you been in quarantine? Lydia.
This is technically I'm here. This is technically the 3rd week that I've been in quarantine, and the 16th will make it 1 month. April 16th will make it 1 month.
Okay,
so
that's pretty much
from the time right. So I think we went into quarantine. I think we literally went into quarantine 15 hours after North Carolina did.
Okay. 15 North Carolina. So when you first went into quarantine, it was just a general order to do.
The general order was to stay in the house. They stopped school, and we left work on a Friday. So let me go back and do it chronologically. So we left work on a Friday, but that Friday afternoon, we had a meeting about the option to work from home. It was not mandated. They said you can come in if you want to. Then that afternoon or that evening, when we got home, they said that schools were closed for the next week, and people were encouraged to stay at home. It still wasn't like mandated. It was just like no school and social distancing begins. So that Monday, people were still going into work. Just a few people, but they were going like get stuff so that they could stay home. I didn't go that Monday, but I ended up going like that Thursday to grab some stuff. But by the time Thursday came, we had figured that we had been told that there wasn't going to be school for 2 weeks, and also that essential workers were the only ones supposed to go to work.
Okay.
Oh,
so they had just go ahead, continue.
So I'm about to forward you something. Okay, you got your cell phone by you? So
I do.
they said that their Friday, they said that their Friday. I mean, I'm sorry. So they said by the time that Thursday came, they said that we were not allowed to leave. We were, mandated to stay in the house, social distancing, and essential workers only. But Philadelphia was not taking it seriously at all, to say the least.
Okay, Philadelphia was not taking it seriously. What do you mean?
People were still going outside. People,
Hey,
can you hear me? Okay. So people, were still going outside, and they were supposed to be staying in the house and not going to work, but barbershops were still open, nail salons were still open, hair salons, hair stores, like stuff that wasn't essential. Those people were still like running their businesses. And a big issue was, now that people were staying home more, the grocery stores in Philadelphia weren't really that packed. Like, people went shopping and stuff like that, but when you actually went to the grocery store in the morning, it wasn't like outrageously packed like you would see around some of the rest of the country. And that's because people weren't taking it seriously. Like, yeah, they were buying their tissue and their hand sanitizer. Like, no, you couldn't find hand sanitizer anywhere, but they just were still out living life as if nothing was happening. And one of the really big issues in the city was that now that people were staying home, crowds of people were lining up at takeout spots. Not like your McDonald's or your Wendy's, but in Philadelphia, like, there are a lot of crab shacks around. Just like any other city, the best rib place in the city, the best Jamaican place in the city. People were in crowds outside of these stores because they weren't allowed to come in, ordering food. And literally, the police were like breaking up these crowds of people and telling them to go home. And then that's when the mayor and the governor like put their foot down, like, listen, y'all got to stay in the house. And they started giving out fines to the hair salons and the barbershops if they kept practicing, they kept their businesses open.
wow. Do you know? So they were giving out fines. You know how much?
I don't know how much the fines, how much they are. I don't know how much they are, but a friend of mine was sneaking to get his haircut because his barber was like, he was only taking a certain amount of people. He was keeping his door closed, keeping his, like, I walked by a barbershop the other day and they put a black plastic bag in front of
Mm-hmm.
their door, their glass door, so you couldn't see inside, but you can see the barber peeking out behind the black plastic bag, looking for the customers that he made appointments with, because they will get fined. They will shut their businesses down.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh, goodness. Put plastic up to keep from being seen. Wow. Now, Eva, I know you're
yeah.
in Maryland. My New York guest, sad to say, she fell asleep. So she's not going to be able to make it going separately. But I don't know if Eva can click on the link and come up to the panel and join us if you want to come up and more than share some light on Maryland as well. So now, so people weren't taking it. That's in the live, because I'm not even sure if you can do it from Facebook, but if you can, feel free to. You don't, if you don't want, even though you're beautiful, but you can just come on and share with us some things that's going on in Maryland. So they got to pay rent. Oh my God. So you
Yes,
said,
they
oh, you're
do.
talking about the barbers that they have, and a lot of the businesses
Mhm,
are
mhm.
just not. They're not source of income, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Okay, so the first couple weeks they didn't take it seriously. I know here close the schools, the majority of people seem to, I'm gonna say maybe like half, maybe not the majority, maybe half or two seem to take it seriously. And so once they took it, once they took it seriously or anything like that. But you know, so now that you're 2 weeks in, have you noticed any difference from the people? Streets any clearer? Because when you go out here, streets are pretty clear. Last week they weren't that clear. I was very upset. But now I hear that, it's pretty clear. So what's going on with you now, the 2 weeks later? Oh, Short Bus
No.
says it's a $100 fine there. Wow. Go ahead. I was
So
reading some of the
now,
comments. Short Bus was saying, say that again, dear.
okay, so no, they still haven't been taking it seriously. Like it's been really nice in Philly lately. Like the weather has been really, really nice. We had a terrible thunderstorm the other night, but during the day it has been really, really nice. So I rarely leave the house. Like I leave the house once a week to go to the market. There's a store up the street from me. I might walk to that store. But outside of that, if I have to get in my car and go somewhere, I'm surprised at the amount of people that I see on the road. Like it was like maybe 11 o'clock, and I went to the store on Monday. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I went to the store, and the roads were packed. I was down City Line Avenue. If anybody ever been to Philadelphia, you know where City Line Avenue is. I was down City Line Avenue, and it was completely packed, like it was a regular morning. I went into the market. The markets were packed, and it's just like people aren't taking it seriously, and they're really naive to think that they can't be affected, or they can't be, or that someone they know can't be affected. And I don't think that they're going to realize how serious it is until people that they know directly, that they are close to, starts to be impacted by it. But no, they are not taking it seriously. Like people still outside playing, especially when you go to the hood. Like these kids is outside playing football, playing basketball. Their parents don't care. Their parents are tired of them. They want them out the house.
What? So kids are I understand kids are having sleepovers because I guess, I don't know,
Oh,
maybe they're bored of being home. I'm just confused as, about the parents that are allowing that to take place. Okay, so
well,
Eva's
if
coming
I could
in.
say, I think. Hey, Eva.
Hey, I don't know. Can you? Do I have video or just audio?
I hear you, but if you wait, no, you don't have video. You can
You
click
just
on
can't
video
see
if you
it.
want.
Okay.
You can unmute your
If you
video.
want the video
Okay.
on, you can click it on.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Here we go.
Hey, beautiful. How are
Okay.
you?
So, hi, ladies. So my experience has been like it started probably like mid March, and then like at the end of March is when it was like that a state mandate. The governor put in the order, but people are still not taking it seriously, as they should. But it hit home for me because like a lot of people, not a lot, but like a few people from my old neighborhood have passed. So it's like crazy, like it's real. It doesn't become real, like you're cautious and everything like that, but it doesn't become real until it affects like somebody, which is like kind of crazy. But it's like
Yes.
one of my friends hit me up the other day, was like, come outside, it's mad people outside, everybody's outside. And I was like, what? All right, this what we doing? Like, but So now I go
You're
back to
in
work,
Maryland.
so I'm home. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. People aren't taking it seriously in Maryland. People aren't taking it seriously in Philadelphia, and you're taking it seriously here in North Carolina. Although our governor recently said that our numbers, our governor here in North Carolina was saying they originally were anticipating 120,000 deaths, anticipating 60 because the majority of the state is being compliant and staying inside. That's a lot. One life is, one loss of life, but that is a lot of people. So what
Yeah.
about National Guards? Have you seen any National Guard? Have you seen any military? I know, Maryland is military. I don't know that being military, but I know you guys, you got a military base. What'd you say? And New York is military. No.
I personally haven't, because I haven't been downtown. I've just been like from home to work to, like, Target or the grocery store. But people have sent me pictures, so they're here. But I haven't seen them because I haven't been downtown. I guess I've been kind of following the rules.
Good for you.
All right.
I haven't
Good
seen
for
military.
you.
I heard that they
Absolutely.
were coming, but yeah, I heard they were coming, but the same thing. Like, I've been kind of like following the rules. Like, I had plans to go somewhere today, to go pick up Marcel. Y'all know who Marcel is, because we were supposed to do a live for my channel, but I just decided not to because it's just it's not worth the risk. And then this morning
Yeah.
I found out that, like Eva said, when it started hitting close to home, it's like, whoa, this is serious. So one of my coworkers, her son has it. Another one of my coworkers, his grandfather passed away. Some of my friends, their coworkers have it because they all work on some level of service, and it's hitting close to home. So no, I haven't seen the military, but what I have seen is in her every night I hear helicopters, and it's not like I don't live in like some really big hood, you know what I mean? So it's not like a norm for me. So every night I'm hearing helicopters. That's number one. But number two, if you know anything about Philadelphia and the Kensington section of Philadelphia, it is heroin
Mm-hmm.
and opioid city. And the police are out there in full force. Now, where are these homeless people and these people who are drug users? Where are they going? I have no idea. But the police are scraping them off the streets. Like, they're down there in full force. Their cars are down there every day. They're patrolling the area every day, and they're picking these people up and telling them, "Listen, you got to move," because if they're out there, and they catch it, they're just going to spread it. So that's what I have seen on the news and things like that.
Do you guys have
So in
protection? Do you
certain,
have masks?
let me be clear. It's not in your neighborhood, but in certain neighborhoods of Philadelphia, that there are people who are being scooped up at night. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily scooped up at night, but they're being forced to leave the street. So it's the people who are drug users. So you haven't been to that section of the city in a long time, but in the Kensington Allegheny section of Philadelphia, it's a really big opioid section. It's a lot of heroin and opioid users are out there. It looked like something off Walking Dead. Like, everybody out there, like, seriously, everybody out there is on drugs. And these people sleep under the bridge, and it's nowhere for them to go. But because of how severe the situation has been, the cops are constantly down there removing them from the street, either by force, by like having them arrested or something like that, or by just telling them they have to go, but they have to do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not arresting as many people as they were because they don't want to overpopulate the jails, because it's dangerous. So they're just every
Got
day
you.
they're down there telling these people they got to leave.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
To one of my content people was saying that Mama Dell was saying that they the shelters, if the shelters were not able to keep people 4 to 6 feet away, then that shelter had to close. And my first thought was, okay, like where the, I know you said you haven't been out, but what's going on? What's going on your local news? What are they saying? Things I try not to watch it too much, but maybe every other day. Yeah, what are the numbers looking for coronavirus
Oh,
and
what you talking
for the deaths for the
to?
yeah to Eva?
Well, I couldn't tell you about exact numbers. I don't remember about exact
Yeah.
numbers, but I think the last thing that I've heard is that the highest numbers, the highest cases are in Montgomery County. So that's as far as numbers, that's the only thing that I know. There have been some deaths. I know they were talking about some deaths in nursing homes. That was on the news recently.
Yeah. Okay, so but you're in the city portion of Maryland. You're in the
Yes, I'm
city.
in the
What
city.
part
I
of
have
Maryland?
family on the Eastern Shore. Yeah, so I'm technically in Baltimore City. Yeah, close to the county, but
Okay.
technically it's Baltimore
Yeah.
City. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Um,
So you any numbers that you've heard about for Philadelphia?
the number, I haven't really heard. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me pull it up because I actually did see something with very specific numbers on it about. Hold on.
So any numbers that you've heard about?
So okay, here we go. So it says the Philadelphia metropolitan area has seen an increase of 1,400 cases per day. Per day. And
Oh,
Pennsylvania's Department of Health reported that there has been over 16,000 cases in Philadelphia. I mean, in the state, and 309 deaths. The Philadelphia metropolitan area it's a really bad.
okay. Somebody has an echo on their phone.
1,400 cases per day. Let me cut
1,400 a day.
16
1,400
and 300 deaths so far. Yeah, so we have 14.
That's a lot.
1,400 cases, an increase of 1,400 cases per day in Philadelphia, not in the state, in Philadelphia. And then 16,000,
Right,
over
just in the
16,
city
it's
of Philadelphia.
16,329 cases. Yeah, it's 16,329 cases in the state and 309 deaths related to the virus as of Wednesday. So as of yesterday, 309 deaths.
It's pretty scary.
That's
That
a
is
lot.
pretty scary.
That's a lot. That is a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Well, this was updated
imagine what
yesterday at
Temple
9
Hospital
p.m.
was looking like. Okay. I'm saying, like, I can't imagine what Temple Hospital stats. Did you Google your stats?
Did I look? I was looking. I was Googling the stats. It was coming up because I'm so close to DC. It's a lot of things coming up. Like the Washington Post is coming up for me a lot. So just
And
bear
that's
with me and I
valid.
can give you some
That's
numbers
valid.
where I am. Yeah.
And even with that, people work in DC and live in Maryland. You know.
Yeah, because you don't work too far from DC,
I think you're
right,
right in
Eva?
saying that.
Yeah, I work in PG County, and I'm probably like 30 minutes away from DC. But there are a lot of commuters from Baltimore to DC, DC to Baltimore, and everything in between. So one thing that I found by the Washington Post is
Julie,
that,
I know about that. She said.
So record set for single day
Got you on the spot.
COVID-19
It's
deaths in
okay.
DC, Maryland, and Virginia at 53. So 53 in a day.
Okay.
Ooh. Wow. Okay.
I know New York is crazy. My mom is like she's really up on those numbers. You know, she works in a hospital. I have another family member that works in a hospital who's talking about seeing like bodies and stuff, which is kind of scary. But like my New York family, they're like really, really cautious, very cautious. Like they take it seriously.
Yeah, I have someone, a friend of mine, my best friend, checking on her. Matter of fact, I was checking on her yesterday and today, and she didn't answer, which tells me that she's been working double shifts. And with that whole mask over her face and everything. And so, we just,
Yeah.
and I'm, information, but I'm just, I wanted people to try to get a different view of what other cities are going. Also, for people who may not be taking it seriously, I mean, 16, you said 1,400. That's and we're just getting snapshots of it. We're not getting that whole visual of the person I was talking to from New York. She said that she wouldn't even go outside and take her trash out. And they were not accepted at funeral homes. Now they're starting to talk about the trucks, the ice box trucks are filling up. And so
Yep.
and it's more serious when it's close to you. And so it's again not to, hey Cheryl Moore, it's not to scare people. Where be safe and stay in the house because it's more serious than we be serious. So again, I just want to encourage people. And the Lord tells us we don't have to walk in fear, and we're asking Him to lead us and guide the situation. You know what I mean? Because it is a dangerous situation. So we know that it's airborne. So what do you think? Because he decided to take a walk in my neighborhood, but I've been talking to people now, and they're just, like, no, don't even go outside in your neighborhood. Like, do you think that is that serious that you can't take a walk in your neighborhood or what? Hey, okay, Philadelphia. What do you think, Lydia, about walking? Taking a walk to get some fresh air.
Now I was, in the beginning, I was like telling my son, like, go outside, like go up the street. It's a basketball court, like in the driveway. And I'm like, go play basketball by yourself, like just shoot around. But now I don't want him to do that. You know what I mean? And it's not that I think that he's going to catch it from breathing. It's just that you don't know who may have spit on the ground, and then how long that saliva has been there, and although it's outside of the host, this is still alive. You bring, so now like we go running every morning, my son and I. We do literally like a 15-minute jog. That's it. But when we come in the house, we immediately take our shoes off at the bottom of the steps and we go upstairs and get in the shower. I make us smoothies and I put my vitamin C packs in it. I take my teaspoon of turmeric, honey, and apple cider vinegar and ginger every morning. I don't give that to him because he ain't going to drink the apple cider vinegar, but he doesn't know I put turmeric and vitamin C packs in his smoothies. So I told him, sidebar, I told my son, I said, when you get older, don't let nobody make this movie for you, especially your wife.
It's terrible.
Because you don't know what nobody's putting in it, okay? But so I don't think I know. I'm just, I'm a mom to a boy. But I don't think it's bad to go outside. You know what I mean? But I don't think that I don't think it's the outside that's the issue. It's the uncleanliness of people that's
It's
the issue. I was
people.
reading something in New York Times today, and it was all these grocery store workers who were happy to be of assistance as essential workers, but and they said they did everything in their power to stay clean. They did everything in their power, the gloves, the mask, everything. But then when they go down the aisle, they see a guy picking his nose as he try to pick out the milk that has the
Oh
longest
no.
expiration date on it. And it's just like that's the stuff right there. Like I'm gonna go for a jog in the neighborhood, but I'm gonna go to the grocery store once a month. Like, it's just how it's gonna be.
Mm. Don't
Mm.
get me started
Well,
because
yeah,
I have
some
a
places.
grocery store. People are disgusting. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was in a grocery
No, go
store and
ahead.
this lady was just coughing out in the open, just not even protected. And everybody was just looking at her like, lady, are you serious? And this is like right after the governor did the state mandate where it was he put the stay-at-home order in, the official order. And we like looking at her like, are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not the time to just be coughing out in the air. I don't normal germs, allergy germs, COVID germs. We don't know.
Right. Right.
That's so true.
It
You
is
can't cough
scary.
in
So like
public
for that
these
stuff
days.
like that, you can't because it's too risky.
Right. Right.
So you don't go just general walking for fresh air because some states are like stay in the house and some are like you can go to the grocery. Of course to pick up your prescriptions, but some states are saying you can walk outside, get some fresh air, jog like you're doing. And do you think you can do that? You think that's okay? That's
Um, I I feel like it's okay. So a part of me is like it's okay. I feel like it's okay, but then another part of me is like you don't know. It's always that the unknown because every day is something new, a new fact that
Right.
they're telling us about this virus. So like at first it's just something new. So now the recommendation is that everybody needs to wear a mask. Like so
Yeah.
is the next recommendation is that you can't go outside or it is completely airborne
Right.
point.
so I don't know, it just makes you wonder. Like I'm not like fearful or like worried or anything like that. I guess I just kind of just play it by ear, make sure I stay prayed up, whatever my spirit leads me. That's kind of what I go with. Like if
That's
some
right.
don't feel right, sometimes you gotta go to the basics. If some don't feel right,
You
I
feel
have to
just like my mom.
but like no, seriously, like you
Yes,
don't have
no,
to
you're
be this
right.
religious or
Right. Go with your
spiritual
gut.
person, but if it don't feel right, avoid it. Like but I don't know. So I
Yeah.
ordered some masks from Amazon.
Cheryl
They're
Moore.
not gonna come until May.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they price gouging?
I don't know how masks are typically cost, but they was probably like 20 or 30 bucks for a pack of 50,
Oh,
something
that's
like
not
that.
bad. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
So
Yeah.
I was watching the
I think Cheryl Moore.
the YouTube videos like how to do your own
Mhm.
mask, but I didn't make one.
Well, I just went to the dollar
No,
store and got
you
those
just a little bit
dollar store
delayed.
bandanas. It's so many people on YouTube. I got the bandanas, like the dollar
Right.
store bandanas. I look real when I come out, put the mask on my face, but you know me, I don't care. Cheryl Moore says, wear gloves, mask, and carry hand sanitizer. About that, Cheryl. Like, okay, I'm gonna go walking. I'm gonna put my gloves on, my mask on. First of all, I'm just gonna wave at a neighbor. I don't have forced after I had a conversation with everything. I was like, oh my God, we didn't do social distancing. But then I thought about, okay, with a mask on, like I'm not gonna be able to breathe. Like, how am I gonna? We're not even talking about jogging for me. I'm just talking about I'm not gonna be able to walk with a mask on. I'm gonna have to take the mask off to just breathe. So I guess I'm just gonna That's one of my fellow YouTubers was doing walking in place in the house for 15 minutes.
Well, that's just gonna make
That's
me
what
go
he told me to
crazy.
do.
I am
Show me
not.
my
Do you guys have Apple Watches or Fitbits? Those are very helpful.
See, I don't. I have stock in Fitbit, and I do not have a
Android.
Fitbit. I need to get one.
Or a Samsung watch or a Garmin. It's so many different ones. But
I can't find it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm not.
121 too many.
Why I crossed over. Yeah.
well,
Sorry
I
about
found
that.
those to be very helpful, especially when you set goals for yourself, because it'll help you, keep moving. You'll figure it out how to burn them.
Mm-hmm.
Going up and down the steps, walking in place, I gotta get to my point. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sure. And again, just give some people an idea of, like I said, I don't know the numbers, the recent numbers for North Carolina itself, but like I said, I try not to watch the news too much, but I just wanted to give some people a general idea of, we're not alone, whatever state you're in. I'm in North Carolina. Lydia's love language, you're in Philly. Everybody's going through the same thing on a different level. And in general, we all seem to agree we're not bad. And so we just have to continue to pray. So, ladies, I do thank you so much for participating. Eva, thank you for jumping on. Good to see you.
Thanks for having
Lydia's
me.
love language.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, please
We have
go
to come and
subscribe
do
to
this
Lydia's
again.
Love Language.
Lydia is
She's
hilarious.
giving
Okay,
up.
bye, ladies. I'm gonna hop off.
All right.
Um, she dropped, somebody dropped the link.
Yes.
Cheryl Moore saying North Carolina has hit 300. Is that deaths? Because I know 300 people. Mecklenburg County alone had about, the last time I looked, a few days ago, were infected. And so I know, our numbers could be pretty high. Our heads up and stay prayed up. That's what we want to do. Stay prayed up, keep our heads up, and just remember, follow these little bit of rules for this little bit of time. So last question, do you think, how long do you think we're going to be quarantined? Because, we were told we were here May 15th.
Yeah, but now they just told us today that schools are closed for the rest of the school year. So that means that we are locked in the house until at least June. At least June. Like the earliest we will be able to freely move about the outside world is June 1st. And that's at the earliest. But do I think it's going to be June 1st? No, I don't think that we're going to be able to be free, like completely able to go back to the new normal until, because there will be a new normal, until August. That's what I'm thinking. Like Pence said, hopefully, Penn said hopefully families can take summer vacations and students will be able to start school in August. But what we really need to pay attention to is China. Because China just came off of their first major social distancing thing, and it was 75 days. Okay,
Right.
it was 75 days. Um but we need to see what's going to happen next, because now the only reason why they lifted it was because they have to prepare for the next wave. So whatever happens with China next, our officials, our government, or whomever, they have to be smart enough to get ahead of the curve, and when they see what happens with China.
Yeah, because somebody now, I haven't looked at it, I haven't Googled it, I don't know. But you're saying that it took them 75 days before they lift. That's a valid point. Okay. So that's 2.5 months.
Right.
So we started in March. April 16th, that's 1 month. May 16th, that's 2 months.
Right.
June 1st, that's 2. Yes, to the math people. Right. I'm such a geek. 2.5 months. That is so true. That's so true. So we're looking at June 1st online or something. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Yep, June 1st.
So
I just told my son today.
that's
I
very, very
really
valid.
break his heart, but I said, what was that point? What did she say?
You said you told him what?
I told him today that he wasn't going back to school.
Yeah. Yeah, my poor students, when I connect when I connect with my students on Zoom, sorry, I got a message. When I connect Zooms, linger. They don't say much. They may ask a question here or there, but I feel they're lingering. They're just looking in the camera, looking at me, and I'm saying, okay, well, if no one has any more questions, they won't hang up. I hate to be the first one to hang up, and then sometimes I'll just start a random conversation. To pay longing for that. That social communication. They have the visual. But they're just lingering there, and I'm like, oh. So, yeah, Cheryl Moore said isn't part of China having a relapse. That's what I heard too. I'm not really sure. You pray that it was, and I pray that that they really are able to overcome. So if we do have to be mindful and keep an eye on China, because if they have another wave and the curve isn't as high, you know what I mean? So we'll have to keep an eye on them, see if they have a relapse, see what the nature of that wave. If they have to keep that, China was literally pulling people off the street. They were very strict when they you on the street. They were pulling you off the street, putting you in vans, putting you in little mini trucks. I saw that on series. We're not doing that. We haven't gotten to that point yet. That's why I was asking about the military. Now, if we have to go to, military will be involved. Absolutely, the military will be involved because folks can barely take it right now. Folks can barely take it right now. Good evening, Tribe by Make It Seller. Welcome to the live. Cheryl Moore, what do you mean when you test it correctly too? So true. So true. We're still struggling with that. And this makeshift vaccine that they're talking about. Now they told us that on average it takes 2 years vaccine tested and approved, and you're trying to come out with one next month. Now I don't know. That to me that when you take proper care and give it your best, it takes 2 years. And now years to that doesn't add up. So definitely won't be doing that. So do you have any other things that you have to say want to add before we close out? I do appreciate you coming in.
No problem. No, just be safe. Be clean. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Be safe. Be clean. I do think that you should exercise in the house if you can. I have weights. My son has weights. Try to exercise. Just 15 minutes a day will do you some good. Eat right because it's hard. If you don't want to get it, but if you get it, you want to survive it. So exercise, eat right, do right, stay at home, stay prayed up, and pray for those people that are out there who are doing the things that we, are benefiting the luxuries of, like the grocery store workers and the healthcare workers and people that's coming to pick up your trash and the mailman. My cousin is a mailman. One of my friends is a CNA, and another one of my friends is a manager at a grocery store. So I'm praying for all of them all the time. So just keep them prayed up and things like that. So yeah.
Hey, Andrew. I didn't see it yet. Sister Fifi, thank you so much. Sister Fifi and her husband made a Vision of Hope Ministry for $100. I do appreciate you so much. My goodness.
Yeah, and that too. You can't go to church, but that don't
Again,
mean
I
you can't get
appreciate
your
you.
tithe.
And I thank you.
I pay my tithes today. I
Absolutely.
sure
Gave me a
did.
word saying, don't leave him out. Yeah. Don't leave God out in the midst of this. That's definitely that live. Go over there and watch it. But don't leave God out. You don't want to leave him out. Okay. And with the praying, fasting, believing, you got to seal that with something tangible. Your time, your talent, and your
Yeah.
treasure.
Mhm.
Your time, your talent, and your treasure. Seal it with that. So again, I like what you said about spending 50 of trying to exercise. That is good, some good advice because we want to be able to. Okay, I have one more question, and if anybody wants to jump up on the panel, if somebody will put a link in, we have just you could put in the link. This is one more question. What things do you think? Because I have my own theories and thoughts. What changed? Because we know that the U.S. of the United States, the U.S. of America, will not be the things. Do you think will change? While you're thinking about that, Sister Fifi says we
Um
need to make sure. Okay, got you. What types of things do you think will change? Lydia's love life.
so one thing that I know will change
Right.
being an educator. So it was crazy because I'm a teacher in two different locations, and one school was only partially prepared to move to distance learning. The other school was not prepared at all. And the transition between the two organizations were so drastically different. And so I think Shelley Fontaine said everything is going to change. Yes, everything is going to change, but are the changes going to be permanent? So like education completely changed. That's a permanent change. We were already going to online and distance learning and things like that. But that's going to be something that absolutely changes. I think the way in which we're screened to fly, that's going to change, right? It's going to be some level of some advanced level of swabbing everybody that's going to take effect when you go to get on the plane now. Um, yeah, I mean, I think those are the things that's going to change the most. I just saw something on Instagram where they're selling this tool that allows you to open doors and push buttons. So it's just going to be another way for people to make money. I mean, it's just like a little tool. You grab the handle or something, and you don't have to touch anything. So people, and we might be wearing masks from now on. We may be wearing masks from now on because you go outside the first week when you're going outside with a mask. I was taking the train to work, I was wearing a mask, people was looking at me like I was crazy. But now when I go to the market and I wear a mask, people looking at me like I'm crazy if I don't have one on. And that was 3 weeks. It was literally a 3 to 4 week
Absolutely.
difference. Literally. So yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with the fact that education will change. I think a lot of the baby boomers who will be embracing it more, you know, because
Yes.
they didn't understand it, didn't know, they realize that they do. Um, I think that'll be a door open for some new small businesses because many big businesses will be closed permanently. So a lot of and online shopping and purchasing was already, at about a third. That's going to automatically go up. It's going up already as we speak, but it's definitely going to go up. China been women. So those are some of the things that I do think are going to change. Like your malls, especially in
Yeah.
your big mall, about that be as popular. I already heard that Macy's is closing in some major cities. That were very popular. They're closing, and they're
Yeah.
just going to offer online services.
Oh
So
yeah.
those are some of the things that are going to.
Yeah, so I was reading an article the other day where all AMC theaters are going to close permanently because they went bankrupt. The movie theater business wasn't doing as well as it used to be, and as it was before, but now it's really hurt, and they're supposed to be closing for good.
Wow, didn't know that. So again, that's another that change where you guys grew up and we grew up where you could go to a movie. So now infants, toddlers, they will not know what a movie theater is. That's what you're saying.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. I mean, I think
You know,
about like what
so this
my
is
son
definitely.
experienced. No, go ahead. You can go ahead, mom.
Go ahead. I didn't hear that. No, no, no. You go.
I'm just thinking about like the things that I experienced, that my son experienced that I didn't experience. You know what I mean? Like he just won't he just doesn't view the world the same way as I do because we were raised and born and raised in different times. And like you're saying, the kids and the toddlers, they won't experience, like you said, the movie theater. My son's first recollection of a president was a black man, and that's not my first president. You understand what I'm saying? That's his first president. So
Mhm.
it's just different. The times are different. So the kids' first, movie is going to be his kid's first movie is going to be a virtual reality movie where they can watch, holographs. You understand what I'm saying? I think we're moving on to that era. Even
Mhm.
saying it's the Jetson era. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. We're moving on into the Jetson era.
Yes. Good morning. We cooking all the way from the Philippines. Bless you. Live. Yes. Angie says a lot of the bigger stores we're already in the process of closing. And yes, our lives will definitely. Absolutely. Well, technology just causes change, period. I was talking to someone was talking to their great grandchild by phone, and it was by iPhone, and he panicked, could not his great grandma. So he was calling for his dad, like, wait, I can't see her. So his concept of using a so that's just as a result of technology, period. But our lives change. More small stores, more virtual learning, more online shopping. I think people will be more careful about the types of food that they choose to eat. I of the past as a result of this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine anybody sitting after this. They weren't that popular in the beginning, you know, but I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. So it'll really change as we know it. And so, as you get older, because I'm older, it's still going to change. As you get older, you'll be saying, y'all don't even know what the world was like, before 20, okay? And before your 45th.
Mm-hmm.
So, Shelly Fonte, Shelly Fonte says, I think people will, they are right now. Go back. Okay. Shelly says she thinks people will go back to regular. Try on all of the major websites like
Yeah, come here
Amazon.
real quick.
Yeah. Well,
Come here.
that's
I'm sorry. Talk about
highly as well. No, that's okay. But yeah, so we need to think about that. And we also need to let y'all go. This is the word that I keep hearing from the Lord. I keep hearing the word thrive. Okay. It's not it is. You want to thrive. Okay. And that's what I keep hearing. You want to take what has happened and you want to run with it and you want to be on top of it. But okay, you found yourself in now as a result of this, you don't want to find yourself in that scenario. And not only that, you want to be able to say, like David said, had I not been afflicted,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I would not have had this opportunity come my way. Okay, so it's a bad thing, but God is always come out of it and say, whoo, bless God, I survived the virus. I survived Rona. No, out of it. And you want to be on top of it. All right. So I hope y'all catch that word.
Yeah, that's right.
I do love you with the love of my day. Most of all, I hope you do have a purpose-filled life. Be not early in the life. Please call people. Please check on people. Please say hello. Hey, Earth building. Hello. Oh my God. Hello to my mama and my goddaughter.
Hey!
I'm gonna be your mama. You older than me. I know what you mean. Your spiritual mom.
I'm about to say, you know what I mean? That is
Oh
my favorite,
man,
one of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
yes. Hello, man, my goddaughters. How are you, man of God? Shelly Fonte says, "Hey, Uncle Earl." Dip says, "Hello." uh, uh, uh. Good to see about and all the things that she's doing. But we're gonna thrive after Rona. We're gonna take it by God bless and God, He's gonna move miraculously. I just have no doubts or reservations about that. Sure what kids are learning at such a young age. Yeah, twofold scenario. That's a twofold
Mm-hmm.
scenario. Earl, what state are you in? You blessed, sis. Thank God. Blessed and highly favored. Glad to know that. Well, y'all gonna have to get together. But Taste my favorite Uncle Earl. Angie said, "Hi, Uncle Earl." But see, that's my point. That's my point. Connect with people. Reach out to people. All the time, just check on them. Even if you spend 5 minutes on the phone, hello, how
Yeah,
you doing? Leave them a message. Just checking
yeah,
on you. Love you. With they cross your mind, pray for them. Lord, cover them. Keep them covered. Pray for them. If God brings somebody across your mind that you have
yeah.
not talked to or seen in a while, because it's a lot going on out here. And people are just home and, y'all reach out to people, call people, check on them. All right, guys, I love you with the love of the Lord. My time is up. I am trying to be to an hour. And, when I start getting looks, I know that my time is up. But I love y'all. Earl says, I'm in Atlanta. Uh, oh yeah, you don't know how to speak on this. Yeah, you gotta come. You got to come up to the You gotta see that's the like to press on the link and drop the link one more time, Shell, or yeah, drop it into the live. So when they drop the link, it's going to drop the link. And when she drops the link, you might click on that. Amen. Amen, Angie. Life is so short, And so you want to, my first phone call this morning was somebody, again, from New York crying, saying it's so bad here. Can I tell you when I get off the line? It's so bad. Show the link, Earl. Click on that. Click on that link. You see that right there? Click on that. Enter the broadcast. So if you want to click on that, you can enter the broadcast before I leave and say hello. Then you could talk on it. I'm gonna be starting classes. I'm gonna be starting classes for the baby boomers. You too, Angie. Have a good night. I appreciate you. Thank you so much once again for stopping by. I want to give a shout out. I'm committed to giving shout outs to the children. If I stay on here and give shout outs, so I'm gonna have to come back and give a point of something else. But thank you so much. Let's see. We'll hit him up on the phone. But all right, y'all. I thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Keep videos coming. They're
Yes,
wonderfully funny and very informative. I'm learning.
yes. I'm posting tomorrow, so please stay
All right. God
tuned.
bless you.
All right, love you. Talk to you guys later. Thank you
All
so much for joining us. Bye bye.
right. Bye bye.